This episode of the Viewing Center podcast is proudly sponsored by AccessBet. AccessBet, your access to millions.
Take this code and play the game at AccessBet.
Oh wow. Thank you.
Enjoy 100% first deposit bonus, cut one permutation, virtual games, live bets, cash out, all on AccessBet. AccessBet, your access to millions.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Viewing Center podcast. I'm your host, Tega. I'm joined by Edmund, Oris, and we have a new special guest joining us for the first time on the Viewing Center podcast. It's been a, hectic week if you're a Chelsea fan like me. I'm sorry. I've been going through depression, so I think Barca fans have been going through depression also. So let me hear from Oris.
Yeah,
Oris.
you're not alone, guy. Like, it's actually very sad because football was something that used to give me joy. Like, when things are going so bad, I can be like, oh, let me watch Barca play, so I can be happy. Do you get it? Was something that gave joy. But now, like, I watched the game yesterday against I think it was Leganes. Real Valladolid, and it was terrible. Tega, it was depressing. That's the right word. Like, I was sad. Like, the performance, everything was just like, I beg, let's start, Jerry, bro.
Well, how are you doing anyway?
It's good. It's good to be here. It's good to be here again, because like the whole Corona thing and everything, but I'm still alive. We're still alive. I'm healthy. I'm fine. The most important thing is that we have life, so I'm good. It's nice. It's nice to be here again.
And we have Olivia joining us for the first time. Olivia, how are you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm fine. Thank you guys for having me on your show. It's really, really exciting. From what you guys are saying, I can't relate at all. I'm a Manchester United fan and we are flying high. So no depression here, just happy vibes and just chilling and waiting for more 3 points.
I mean, more penalties.
Exactly.
Do you know the funny thing? You guys, do you know the funny thing?
Yeah.
We've never actually won a match because we are not like Real Madrid that win matches solely on penalties. We actually score other goals. Maybe the penalties are questionable or all that, but they still score at the end of the day, and their defense is tight. So that's
okay. We'll get to everything, but just before we start, I want to tell you that that penalties change games. Penalties change games. Goals change games.
Course.
So you guys have a very unfair helping hand. Okay, look at the Aston Villa game. That Bruno Fernandes incident that was just totally ridiculous. You get. Mm-hmm. We bring in this VAR to prevent decisions like that. I can understand if the ref with his normal eyes and assistant, they gave a penalty for that. But you go and look at that on your TV, and you still make it, you still call it as a penalty. As a Villa player, how do you recover from that? Do you get what I'm saying? Let's start. That aside, like, Man United, they've been brilliant. I'm even envious of them because if you listen to the podcast often, you'll see that I was always castigating Ole. I was always saying he was clueless. He doesn't know what he's doing. But the guy has steadied the ship. He has steadied the ship.
He's just making the team more of his own. So that's
exactly. So credit there. Let's not just downplay it and say it's because of the penalty. You guys have been brilliant. You've been brilliant, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's been a long time since Man U fans have been this happy since like Ferguson. That's over 100 years ago. So it's nice. it's kind of annoying.
No, we are not Liverpool that waits for 30 years though. It's not that long. It hasn't been that long.
Anyways, that was on a lighter note. Now, speaking about Chelsea, it's been ups and downs for Chelsea Football Club, and against Sheffield, where I expected the team to actually at least get 3 points and just be cruising to that top 4 position that we've been craving for since the beginning of the season. It just turned into, I don't know whether it's a bitter leaf or something. It was just terrible for me. Oris, as a Barcelona fan, I know, so maybe you can see the view different from me being a Chelsea fan. What's your take on Chelsea so far?
Chelsea, they've been good attacking. I feel like attack-wise, they're brilliant. And they've got Ziyech and Winner coming next season. You get, so brilliant signings, by the way. I felt like the price you guys got them in this kind of window, it was brilliant work. You get, so I think you guys are scoring goals now. You get, but defensively, you guys are not just convincing. I feel like that's your issue. And Lampard, he needs to fix it. If not, it's going to be the same old story next season. You get against you guys when this Corona started. You guys played Aston Villa. You came from behind, Pulisic. You played Man City. You guys were brilliant against Man City. You played I think you lost against West Ham.
Yeah.
Not really a shambolic, but like a 9-minute goal. It can happen.
Yeah.
And then you beat Crystal Palace. Oh no, you guys got lucky with the ball. Benteke at the end when Zuma made that Superman tackle, and then I think they hit the post. The bar.
Yeah.
You get ball against Sheffield, guy. I just knew that you guys were not going to win them because Sheffield are very compact. They are very good defensively, and when they attack with precision. They will bring. I think they're just 5 points behind you guys. They're ahead of us now. So you guys. So I knew before the game started. I knew that no way you guys were going to win, because when I watched the Crystal Palace game, I was like, what kind of defending is that? It's disgraceful, guys. So I feel like if you guys don't plug that issue, that hole in your defense and your midfield, I think there's this issue of Jorginho. He has been terrible, guy. I watched this. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlight. I didn't watch the full game, but I saw the highlight, and I saw a highlight of Jorginho, and guy is embarrassing, to be honest. So you guys need to fix whatever is going on there.
Yeah, for me, I don't really blame Lampard. I think this is all on the players, for example, because Lampard has tried so many combinations for, especially that centre back. He has tried Zuma and Christensen, Zuma and Rudiger and Christensen, whatever. I noticed that whenever Chelsea win 1 or 2 matches, he keeps that same lineup because he doesn't know which player to trust. He's trying, and it's always changing. Sometimes it starts Barkley, sometimes it starts Jorginho, sometimes it starts He doesn't know who to trust. So when Chelsea wins a match and wins the second match, he tries to keep the same players to start with, and they don't really.
So why did he start? Why did he start with Tammy Abraham? You know, people keep saying this thing that he's being unfair towards English players. So why did he start Abraham when Giroud has been the one making it work for you guys? Why did he start Abraham against Sheffield?
I mean, that's just like a very questionable call from Lampard. I know
because Giroud has been doing the job.
Yeah, he's trying to boost Abraham's. I don't know, is it confidence? But these are like the most important part of the season. In fact, it's like a final because matches are coming almost every day, and you need to play players that are I think experienced, who that can carry your team. Not Abraham that is just learning.
Not the time to be experimenting.
Yes, Abraham is just learning work, in my opinion.
And since the whole restart thing, he hasn't really been on form. I don't think he has. Okay, once he has just scored once since the whole restart. He scored
against Crystal Palace.
And he has just. And the guy is so frustrating to watch. Sorry to say, like he'll just be acting as if, like the way he acts in the box, no intention to create anything, nothing. Like if he doesn't get a ball, he will just stand and walk around the field. And even Giroud can give more defensively than him. He's not doing anything up front. He's not doing anything behind. He's just there standing, throwing his hands up in the air. It's crazy, man. It's frustrating to even watch, and I'm not even a fan, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
But like you said, games are coming back to back. So you have to, even Giroud, there was a time he was playing, so I feel like he's getting rested. I don't know. You guys just have 3 games to play, so it's either City gets their ban, or I don't know, you might actually even be out of the top 4 from the way things are going. There's no clean sheet apart from the Watford game 3-0. No clean sheets. So the defense is still the major factor there. Because even if you have Messi and Ronaldo scoring penalties and pulling, your back is still as empty as possible. Like I don't get. So it's not even about the combination of the guys there. They are just, the quality there is just not superb. It's just still below quality for a top.
We've not even talked about Kepa and his deficiencies. We've not even, guys. You guys' problem.
I said Kepa is no longer a conversation. As far as I'm concerned, Kepa is no longer a conversation. Because I just figured over and over again.
We've been talking about how poor they are defensively, but also their goalkeeper is not even convincing. So like their problems is plenty. Get your problems, Tega, is plenty.
Exactly, Kepa. I mean, I've always been a big defender of Kepa. I can defend Kepa so whatever less, but since this corona period, since football came back now, I've actually sat down to actually analyze Kepa, and I've seen at the moment there's basically no hope for Chelsea, and something needs to change. I don't know, that defense, maybe they can get a centre back and keep Kepa next season, see how it does, and if it's still not working out at maybe January next season, it needs to go because it's terrible. And at the beginning of the season, I think when we started the podcast at the beginning of the season, I think Edmund, we actually said we didn't really expect much from Lampard and Chelsea. I said if we even get top 4, it would be a miracle. But because we are in top 4 position now, and because the way Maya has been playing, Maya has been so bad, and Maya just getting their form now, it will be incredible. It will be a terrible disappointment for Chelsea to lose top 4. after being at the end of the season, after being top four for
after
a long
sitting
time.
on that top four for how many? It should be something else. But Kepa, personally, I really don't blame Kepa all the time. Because there are some keepers that are not so wonderful, but their defense will give them this kind of confidence.
Yeah.
But his defense, even if he has like 10% confidence, his defense has already reduced it to like 2%. So he already knows that these guys won't even cover him. And he's also struggling with his own confidence. So I don't know. He has his own issues, but his defense, I think they're giving him more issues to deal with.
Exactly. Speaking of a team with confidence, now we started talking about Mane at the beginning of the podcast. So let's just go back to Mane now. Yes. Yeah, so Olivia, Bruno Fernandes, I mean, he has changed your team around, and Pogba has come back. He's enjoying his football. Igalo is playing.
Pogba is finally freed.
Yes, and he's finally freed. Igalo is playing Nigerian music for them.
Broken.
Yeah. So how you see your
thing? Yeah. Okay, a lot of people are talking about the forwards, but I'm particularly more impressed with the defense. Like, people don't talk about it a lot, but I think since the restart, they've just considered 2 Premier League goals. Yeah. Like, they've had less considered goals within this period. Like, Luke Shaw is a totally different person. Like, he's unrecognizable. He's going forward. He's defending superb. Lindelof, everyone is putting in the effort. I don't even our front Bruno Fernandes. Like, I don't even want to see. Like, the guy is like, he just brought a vibe and dashed it, like, just shared it to everybody. Everybody's happy. Martial is happy. Pogba is happy. Everybody is happy. Greenwood is scoring goals, even though Rashford hasn't really scored. But everyone is just helping out. They're finally playing like a team. Nobody is trying to like, okay, let me take my own personal glory. Everyone is just trying to work hard. Okay, let's make our team work. And it's work. And it's so incredible to watch. Like, this is how you want to, tune in, watch, and then be happy at the end of the day. Not the one that you're cussing out and be saying what is going on with Kepa. See, like what I said before, like what I said earlier. Remember that before the break, David De Gea wasn't doing so great. But now the defense they've picked up, and his confidence is picking up too. Because there's a way your defense will be. You yourself, your confidence will also be dropping. So I think that they're helping him, and he's also helping them. They're all just helping each other, like I said. And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think he's just finally found his rhythm. That's all I can say. Everything is just going well. So
to be fair, I think Olivia, I think you said everything about it. But I want to talk about Bruno Fernandes. The last time I saw his signing, sometimes some people say your club just needs maybe 1 or 2 signings to change things. I feel
one of those times.
Exactly. The last time I saw a player come in and make this much of an impact in a team, I think it's Van Dijk for Liverpool. When Van Dijk got to Liverpool, they were having defensive issues before. But immediately he got to that defense. Immediately started playing for Liverpool. They picked up immediately. So it's nice for Man United. To be honest, I thought Bruno was going to flop. I think I talked about it on Twitter a couple of times because then Man United were having this up and down form with Ole and all that. That was the period where everybody was saying it was a clown. Plus, his interviews were not even very convincing. He would always go there and make one kind of clownish statement. So I was like, what's Bruno Fernandes coming? The guy is actually good. I saw him a couple of times play for Portugal and play for, I think, Sporting Lisbon. So I was like, this guy, the squad is not going to be good enough. But now what he has come in and done is, they are so good is that I feel like now they're having internal competition within themselves. You see Rashford or Greenwood to score, and then Rashford to score, and then you see Martial. Do you see Martial's goal? I think it was against us that he won from. You get, so all of them want to put in, like she has said, everybody wants to give. Even Pogba is playing. I think he has found his perfect formation with Matic and Pogba and Bruno. So it's like everything is perfect for them. So I'm envious of them, to be honest.
But everything isn't perfect, so I don't think the squad depth is still there. But like their starting 11 is kind of confirmed to an extent. Like he has used unchanged for how many games now? And
that's what I'm saying. I think
some people are complaining of burnout and all that, but I think he just wants to see out the season for now. Because we still have like Lingard and Pereira somewhere there. So you still can't put all that. So
I beg, not they call those ones when they call footballers, not they call Lingard and Pereira. Those ones are
frauds. That's still there. There. So that's what I'm saying. If you can like improve on the squad depth, that would really be nice.
Yeah, but with what he has now, I feel like he's doing his best. Squad depth now, you have to go to transfer window, and they will have to be buying and selling, and which that can come after. But definitely see them that getting that top four, because Chelsea have to play Liverpool and Chelsea have to play Wolves. And if you are defending like that against Sheffield United, how are you going to play? Liverpool, you can say Liverpool have slacked a little bit, but they want to get that 100 points. I think 102 is the maximum they can get. So that's like an extra motivation. Do you get? Mm-hmm. So, then Wolves are still in the battle, low key.
Yeah.
You get so.
Yeah, I think they're back to fifth now. They're back to fifth. No, they're back to sixth after their match against Everton. Yeah,
exactly. I don't see.
But you know the funny thing. You know this thing is tricky too. You can't be so certain. You can't say for sure because it's not the same Chelsea that won against Man City. You know Chelsea used to touch them small. Like listen, game like that, they will come out like mad people.
That's what I'm saying. That on paper, it's not looking good. Let's just put it like that, because nobody gave them a chance against City. You get, so let's just say that on paper it's not looking good. But let's see. But personally, I think Man U will get it above them.
I think that just talking about the whole City ban thing, if it pulls through, then definitely they will.
They are going to make the result official on Monday. I think by 12. So by the time this podcast is out, I will probably know if City won their appeal or not.
For me, just rounding up on Manchester United, I feel Greenwood is enjoying his football, young, 18 years old, he's scoring goals for fun, and anything he touches now turns to gold. That is how Tammy Abraham started at the beginning of the season. So for me, I'm just. Okay, so wait.
You're not falling for the Bruno hype. You're not falling for the Bruno hype.
No, not Bruno. I mean Greenwood.
You're not falling for the Greenwood hype. I beg your pardon.
Not really. I'm not falling for. I know Greenwood is a fantastic player. For me, he's even better than Tammy Abraham. But I'm just waiting for when he has. He's a youngster now. Everything he touches is turning to gold. So I'm just waiting for the time when his form dips a bit. I want to see how resilient it can be, because now he's a youngster. Anything he does now, nobody's saying anything about it. That's how Lingard started. That's how Iwobi started when you're a youngster. That's how, for example, Saka.
No, you can't compare though. You can't actually compare, because actually some of his academy people, they're not even surprised with all this, that we're just like seeing it. Like people who trained these guys are saying that this is the best person they've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
And all these people you just called now, like Lingard, please Lingard. You didn't even say Rashford. So it's cool. Greenwood is.
No, Rashford. I feel like
having
Rashford.
The time of his life.
Rashford is still performing. For Greenwood, Tega, do you know what I think? I think the guy is special, guy. I don't just think he's normal. Me, I'm always very skeptical about English players and the hype. Premier League people, you guys know how to hype your players so much.
Yeah,
they are always the best next thing after sliced bread. But I've seen Greenwood play, and as a person who plays football too, Tega, the guy's football brain it's you can see it in the way he plays, the way he touches the ball, the way he sets himself up to shoot. It's not something that can leave.
Yeah.
So I'm really expecting like great things from this guy.
Yeah. Let's round up on the EPL now. Let's talk about Arsenal, Tottenham. Tottenham played today. Tottenham beat Arsenal 2-1. Arsenal's been on a good form in a way, but Tottenham has been struggling seriously with Jose Mourinho's negative tactics and all that. But Tottenham were able to beat Arsenal today. When you're not London derby, Tottenham versus Arsenal, everybody wants to watch. But this match, I couldn't be bothered because these two teams are struggling 7th, 9th position.
It's like a mid-table match. It's almost like a mid-table match.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. I think they're just 2 points. I think Spurs are just 2 points ahead of us now. So they're just shuffling. This one will pass the other. This one will pass the other. So I don't know. But definitely, I think maybe I still have a strong feeling that Arsenal may just get Europa League. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that's like their specialty thing. So.
Yeah. And anyways, breaking news. Bournemouth is leading Leicester City 2-1 from 1-0. So
wow.
I'm just
the last time I saw it was 1-0 Leicester.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just jumping.
Why are you jumping? Okay.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
How many minutes gone? How many minutes gone? How many minutes gone? I'm not
67. I think they scored. Bournemouth just scored 2 goals in the space of 30 seconds. 66, 67.
Leicester City, they are not serious.
I kind of feel for Leicester. I kind of feel for them.
They are not serious.
It's like they're undoing all the things they did earlier in the season. It's like they're just each game they're just going backward. Each game they're going backward, and
They are not
if
serious.
they finally lose out,
They had a very reasonable
sorry
gap. I
for
think at the
them.
point they were so close to Man City. They were even competing.
They
for
were
who
tall.
they
They were like, I think they were like 4 points at some point away from City, and now I don't.
You get now it's just ridiculous. But the thing still boils back to what I'm saying. That I'm sorry, Tega, and I'm sorry, Olivia, but like most of the teams in the Premier League, save for Liverpool and City, are not good enough. See, you struggle so much, to get that top 4. And then you go to the Champions League and embarrass yourself. Look at Arsenal. Look at Arsenal on a regular basis. Man U since Ferguson left. Chelsea, Tega. You guys are flipping between Europa League and Champions League. Europa League and Champions League. You guys are the current European champions.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like the quality is not good. Look at Leicester now. If this one managed to struggle, now to get to Champions League, they will rejoice. It's good, it's revenue. But football-wise, you know that the highest they will ever do is round of 16.
So they'll probably not make it past the group stage.
Or probably not even make it past the group stage.
This is the same thing I keep saying. Sometimes I even get annoyed. I was like, what is all this struggle for top 4 when you go there and you just come out in the group stage?
Exactly.
They'll just pick 1 point and...
Or you take third and fall back to the same Europa League that you were avoiding the whole stress. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moving on to Serie A, Juventus versus Atalanta. It was a very good match. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 penalties. I know Barca fans will be like angry and everything, but I mean, Atlanta actually deserved to win that match. If I'm being honest here, but
I like that you can be honest because I watched the whole game. Yeah, and Atlanta were beautiful, man. They were brilliant. I was watching them and I was saying, God, my team can't even play like this. You know, they are facing PSG in the Champions League.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel bad for PSG because it's going to be tough. I was thinking it was going to be easy.
Because you know a lot of people are saying that it's going to be an easy match for PSG, but I think they'll be in for a surprise.
No, it's
and
not.
This one that is just like one. She is just one leg for this.
Yeah.
For their match.
Yeah. Wow. So Tega, I saw the way they dismantled Juventus. The penalties they got were contagious decisions. They were not supposed to be penalties, but I don't know. I think Italy's rule is a little bit more relaxed. So once the ball touches your hand, whether it's intentional, whether you are looking, whether you can take your hand away, it's going to be a penalty. So Juventus just got 2 undeserved penalties. And of course, if you have a penalty to take, you know that I will call Ronaldo to take a penalty if I have him in my team ahead of Messi. I'm not even going to deny that. We don't call him penalty for nothing. And you trust he's not going to miss it. But for Atlanta, I feel like it was very harsh on them because they outplayed Juventus yesterday, to be honest.
It's just, I don't know why I say crazy because although Juventus are actually topping the table, Juventus fans are not actually happy with the way their team has been playing. Against AC Milan, they've not lost AC Milan in over 4 years. And they've not really been
lost
playing
from 2 goals up.
Exactly. They've not really been playing convincing football, and everybody has been saying Sarri should be sacked. And for Juventus now, for example, they still need to overturn the loss to Lyon. I mean, they might never get to Portugal at the end of the day. So it's just tricky for them. But I think for Ronaldo, when it comes to knockout stages, I think Ronaldo is always up to the task for any club he plays for. So,
The way he was up for it against Ajax last season, yes.
Anyways, Barcelona now. What's happening with Griezmann?
Griezmann, I don't understand. Griezmann is doing all right now. I feel like he's doing okay.
No, he's not.
I saw somewhere on the news today that he's injured and he'll be out for a bit.
Tega, let me explain what has happened with Griezmann and Barcelona. Yeah. Very quickly, we know the profile of Griezmann. He is not a winger. He is not a midfielder. He's a supporting striker. He thrives best when he plays off a target man or off another centre forward. For France, for Atletico, if he's with Morata or he's with Diego Costa. Yeah. Then with France, you see why they are always playing, what's his name? Giroud. Even though Giroud doesn't score in the World Cup, he didn't score any goal. But he's so important for the way France play, especially for the way Griezmann plays, because it's like their main man. So now at Barcelona, they've bought him and they've decided to play him on the left wing. How do you do that? It's like buying Messi and playing Messi as a centre back or as a right back. It doesn't make sense. So obviously he will struggle. And I feel like he has struggled. Yes, he has struggled this season. But despite him struggling, he has scored 15 goals this season. Come on. I was asking on Twitter the other day, how many new players have gone into a team this season and outscored him? And there are not many. We've said, I think you call Haaland, you call, I think, Icardi, I think you call Lukaku. I think that's just about it. He has struggled performance-wise, yeah? But despite that, he's still trying. And if you notice our game against Villarreal, where we played with him and Suarez as a centre forward with Messi just behind them, that was like one of our best games this season. It was brilliant. He scored one beautiful goal. His performance overall improved. It was more involved. Before, it feels like the team, they are neglecting him. They don't give him the ball. They don't trust him. Do you get? Because he himself is not even going to do anything with the ball because his confidence is low. He's not playing in a position where he's familiar. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the switch against Villarreal was very good. But then in this last game, I think he got injured at the end of the first half and he missed a very big chance. You get? So Olivia, your news is correct. They say he's going to be out, I think, to the end of the season. But he'll play. I think he was going to recover in time for the Champions League. Against Napoli. All
right. Okay, so I want to direct this question out to Olivia. Messi hasn't scored in from open play in I think 5 to 7 matches now, and nobody talks about Messi online. Messi cannot be questioned. In fact, I might even be cancelled for questioning Messi. But do you think, Olivia, what do you think of Messi's form? Do you think he's on a decline, or he's just tired of carrying Barcelona?
Well, I don't know. The fact that he's scoring, like the number of goals he's scored so far, I think 22, right, in La Liga. And now he has 20 assists. Yeah. I mean, how many people put out that number of goals and assists in a season? The fact that he's not scoring, I can't even say. All I can say is that the fact that he's assisting that many goals should kind of give him a free pass, because a lot of people are either scoring or assisting. They don't do both at the same time. And this guy has been doing both, and we've taken it as a normal thing. So if he's not doing that right now, and I don't think I'll be so worried. Maybe people are just worried about maybe golden boot and all that. But maybe he's having an off season, per se.
Olivia, let me chip in something here. Tega, you said something about not being able to criticize him. That's not true, because I feel like he gets criticized a lot. People are dragging him now. Come on.
A lot more than he did.
No, Ronaldo fans are dragging him like other clubs are dragging him, but Barcelona fans do not like drag Messi whenever he doesn't perform on that performance. They're like,
come on, wait, listen.
But how many times was he underperformed?
Listen to me. Yeah. How do you I don't understand you, because most times, like when games happen when Barca play games, and then after the games, obviously, fans are tweeting their reactions, and you always see people, Barca fans, blaming maybe the coach, or blaming Suarez, or blaming somebody else. And then I will never understand why people will want us to blame Messi. The reason, listen, if you take Messi out of this team, this team is struggling to qualify for the Champions League. I'm not joking. They are that bad. Yeah. Do you understand? So the reason why we're even in the fight, why we're even in the fight of, say, fighting for the title is because of Messi. Do you understand what I'm saying? So how do you now, okay, let me put it to you like this. We can't play well and win, yes, without Messi being involved. Yeah. Do you understand? So how do we win? We have it. Plus, the guy really has a bad game that you say, okay, Messi was very, very poor today. Do you understand? If he's very, very poor, he's creating maybe 3-4 chances, clear-cut chances for people to score. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't understand. Personally, between me and you, I know that by his standards, like Oliver has mentioned, by his standards, he's having a poor season. But there are not many. If you calculate number of goals involvement this season, I think he's number 1. So how do you criticize a player like that?
He is.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe the gap between him and the normal player, it used to be, let's say, at 100 before. I feel like it has dipped a little bit to something like 80. That's why you see that he's not scoring so much. But let's not forget that this guy missed preseason because of injury. He had no preseason, and he was 2 months out. He was 2 months out of the season, but he's still putting in 20 assists in the season, 22 goals, and still trying to drag Barcelona. Come on, there's only so much you can do. How do you criticize somebody like that?
Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to get you worked up. That's why I said that. I didn't really.
No. I know. I understand because no. I'm not going to come in here and say Messi is having the best form of life. Come on, I've seen him play better. I've seen him. Everybody has seen him play better. He's not all that right now, but he's still good enough. That's the truth of the matter. If we had 3 or 4 people performing at his level, we won't be struggling so much now.
Okay, so moving on to the Champions League now. So the Champions League draw was made over the week. We have Atalanta taking on PSG, which we've briefly discussed about already. Lisbeth taking on Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Bayern. Wherever we've seen Chelsea and Bayern, obviously Chelsea is going to win. So Chelsea is going to be taking on the winners of Napoli.
This one is by fate, though.
Obviously, Chelsea is going to be taking on the winners of Napoli versus Barcelona, and and Real Madrid, Man City versus Lyon, Juventus. Just quick predictions now. Oris, who do you think wins the Champions League this season? Just looking at the brackets.
I'm saying on paper I want to go for a Bayern Munich
Win.
PSG final. Bayern Munich PSG final, but then there's Atletico there, and I feel like one leg tiles will favor them because they're actually very good defensively, and in knockout games, that's what you need. And they are not facing Ronaldo this time. They will definitely get to the final. I want to see they'll get to the final. So I'm saying Bayern Munich PSG or Bayern Munich Atletico. But I'm sure Bayern Munich will get there because I feel like they will beat Chelsea again and they will beat Barcelona again. You get so.
Yeah. Olivia, what's your prediction?
I'm going for, I think I want to see a Man City final. I want to see them in the final with Bayern. I'm rooting for Man City this year. That's just it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel they'll win, but let's see.
Yeah. For me, I think I'll go with Bayern. I hope Chelsea can overturn the Bayern defeat. Bayern.
No, now hope is even dead. You know where they say have hope, but this your hope is dead
Tega,
already.
come on. You have to be realistic now. You have to be realistic. Come on.
All right. Okay.
I'm only a Barca fan. I'm only a Barca fan. I'm like, we have Messi and all that, but I'm not still getting that kind of hope that we'll beat Bayern. Oh, come on, be realistic. 3-0 down.
Yeah.
You guys to go there, it will be a miracle if you don't chop up.
Anyway, what are you saying? What was this guys? Liverpool, they were 3-0 down to last season against Barcelona. So anything can happen. But not with that defense, not with that Chelsea defense. That cannot happen.
Exactly.
They were 3 goals down, but they came to their home. They had fan support. You are not going to an empty stadium in Germany to win them. Anyway, they won the final in their stadium, so maybe good luck, little luck will shine on them. But to be honest, I prefer it if Chelsea win though, because I feel like it would be easier to face Chelsea than to face Bayern, to be honest.
Are you sure? Don't you think they won their revenge? They've always said that one against Barcelona, so they might actually come all out and still win. So these things are very unpredictable.
When we met last in Antonio Conte's season, their last Champions League campaign, did you not charge them 3-0? Leave Chelsea, Jerry.
I kind of love the whole one leg tie thing because it would just be done because I hate all this after winning here somebody will go back and just keep that.
Are you serious? So wait.
I kind of like it honestly.
You prefer that going
you just bring your A game, bring all your bullets that day and fire. If you
that's like
go home
it wants to be like a World Cup kind of a World Cup tournament. I don't like it too. I don't like it. I prefer it to legs.
Actually, I just want to see how it plays out, and then let's see.
What I would prefer, is they should change that away goal rule where if you concede that away goal rule. And do you understand what I mean, Tega?
Yeah.
That I feel like they should modify that. I feel like it's not fair to the team that plays the second leg at home. Okay, see Liverpool and Atletico now. Do you get what I'm saying? They lost the game in extra time. Do you get? But they didn't play up to extra time in Atletico's home. So they don't have that much opportunity to concede away goal. Do you understand the logic behind that?
Yeah.
So I feel like for the double legs, they should modify that. But what do we know?
I think that's what they can do going forward. But for now, let's just see how this whole one leg thing will go.
Yeah. Starting July, I think July, August.
August.
Yeah. Okay.
August 5th or so.
All right, guys. So welcome to Extra Time. This weekend has been full with lots of conversations, but the one prevailing or the one interesting topic that happened this week was the whole Jada and Will Smith August.
Entanglement.
The whole entanglement saga, and Yeah. So, Olivia, what's your take on the whole situation? Because I feel if if it was I don't know, if the roles were reversed, I think it was
that's what everyone keeps saying. Like, why do we keep having that conversation? When one gender does something, let us address that issue. Let's not keep imagining what if it was the other person. Let's just keep it focused. It was Jada that did this, and that's what we're focusing on. And I feel like she just knows how to talk her way out of things, which she did. And there's something they said that kind of struck me. She said something like, this thing happened years back. We're only learning of it because of August, and that interview surfacing and all of that. Yeah. So I feel like they've dealt with this whole BS behind doors. They've talked about it. So the whole thing coming out forced them to talk about it all over again. So that's the whole thing about bringing your private business outside. If you didn't talk about that, maybe no one would have known. And now the whole opinions are flying around and judgments. And honestly, I have nothing to say. I just say, I feel like they are bringing something that they may have healed from. And they are being forced to talk about it right now in front of everyone. And now everyone is talking about Will and the things he has to deal with. Well, like I said, maybe they've even healed from this. And now we are opening up wounds for them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just hope they move on from it.
Yeah. The only reason why I started with if the roles were reversed because it's just because of cancel culture. A guy would have been cancelled so fast than a lady. So I feel people are willing to listen to what Jada has to say because for me, I feel if it was a guy in this situation, he would have been cancelled like with the speed of
exactly.
Exactly. That's just my own opinion on it. Oris, what's your take on the whole entanglement? Are you entangled with someone?
Let's not go to my own entanglement. But like, I felt. I don't know how I feel, but I feel like Olivia said, I feel like it was something that had happened before, and you know, I feel like there are even other people apart from August, because it was a known fact that they were in an open marriage now. I feel it was a known fact. What does open marriage mean? So why are people acting okay, open marriage, you are in a relationship or you are in a marriage with somebody, but you are free to be having sex with other people or doing whatever it is that you want to do with other people. Do you get? And I think it's been a known fact for years now. So obviously she will have dated other people. That is not August. Will Smith himself too will have dated other people or had stuff to with other people. So it's not like it was a one-way thing. You get. And I saw the 9-minute video, and I feel like Will Smith is a very good actor, but he could not fake how hot it was and how difficult that the whole thing must have been for him, because you could see you see the memes that came out now. They were hilarious, and you can genuinely see pain, and it was uncomfortable. I felt like it was a very needless conversation to have, to be honest. That red table talk. Why are you telling people you get? So
they could have just, but I don't know. I feel people always feel the need to come and explain themselves on social media or just explain themselves to people. Like, why? It's not necessary.
Exactly, because
allow people to just assume what they want. What they want to assume.
I don't think as celebrities, their money, their salary is from their fans, and you have to be in a good position with your fans. So if you leave everything, because at the end of the day, people are supporting you out there. You understand? People are going into conversations because of you. People are betting on you. So if you don't explain yourself, you are doing those people that support you and love you, you're doing them bad. But the thing is, with Nigerians, we don't like accepting the bitter truth. Why it's painful and why it is so bad now is because it was the woman that ventured out, that is known. Do you understand? So
plus I feel like there's the issue about with August and his health and his age at the time. I think she's 40 something. The guy was 22. So it's somehow like she was
she was 20 and she was 40. Yes, I think she emotionally preyed on him too, because like everybody said, he was not in a good frame of mind at that point.
He had lost his family members, he's battling addiction, he's battling his health.
Yeah, a lot of things were going on with him at the time.
Like Tega said, Olivia, which is something that we have to be honest about, is if it was a 40-something-year-old man on a 22-year-old celebrity girl, the man will not be able to come out of it, Tega. He won't be able to. Do you get that? That's one unfair advantage of
he wouldn't,
being a boy.
Because they'll be like, he preyed on her.
Exactly. He saw him as a father figure,
like
but he took
somebody on
advantage of her.
Like Ozzy told me, said that she's leaving it up to the kings to defend August in this time. You understand? Because men should stand up for men. Because if it were to be women, they will say, feminist this, feminist that. So the men should be able to come out and say, August was preyed on at this time. But nobody's speaking up because they believe, he's a man, he would have enjoyed it and blah, blah, blah. And obviously
I don't think so. Nobody's doing that. People are fighting for him. People are fighting. People are defending him now.
But not as much as it would have been if it were a girl.
That's the reality of the world, and that's the way it will always be, guy.
It will not always be like that. Change is coming. We're having these conversations.
Jesus is coming soon. Jesus is coming soon.
So another thing that Nigerians cannot, not even Nigerians, because if you look at the shade room and the comments, they'll be like, you let this guy bang your wife. They can't fathom the fact of a woman cheating, like a woman independently say, because I believe what happened, because Will Smith said, I'm going to get back at you. And she said, I believe you've already done that. Do you understand? I mean, you've done that. She almost went into that conversation, but I think they took a step back. So
obviously, like I said, Will Smith was not innocent entirely.
And she decided, I'm not going to stay at home and cater for boys.
You're assuming now that it was the guy that ventured out.
It's not assuming. Okay, no, wait now. Calm down. Calm your teeth.
No, that's not how it's
calm your teeth. Let me get to. I've watched other Red Table. I'm a Red Table fan. Do you understand? Okay. So I've watched other of their talks, and they've talked about their marriage before. And she said that she was having so much spite and despise towards Will because he was not only succeeding in his career, he did not have time for their marriage. You understand? Have you seen Will Smith? And I've also watched one of Jada's interview where he said that on almost every Will Smith movie set, Jada is there. And anywhere she goes, they, the children, that's Jada and Willow. I say Jada, Jaden and Willow goes. I've watched that interview. So everything is now coming into light for me, the fact that they've not always been. And I even remember a rumor that happened when Willow first of all barbed her hair. I think she was 13 during that I whip my hair back and forth time. So she went into an emotional phase and barbed her hair, and they were saying that they were having problems in the house. That was a rumor at the time. So everything was just coming, like now everything is now, the puzzles are now in place.
So what's the puzzle exactly? Say it categorically.
From my own point of view, what happened was Will, being the career guy and the type of job he has, was not always around. And like he admitted to, he liked the idea of marriage, but he was not putting in the work that a marriage needed to grow. So I believe maybe he was venturing out, you understand? And Miss Jada is not that person that will stay at home and wait for you. Do you understand?
Okay. So we
now decided to.
Olivia, are you keen into that thought? Is that what you think happened?
Well, honestly, I can't tell. I really can't tell. But if, like, from what she said, I don't even listen to their table talk. I think this whole thing, it's even how I even got involved with listening to anything about them. So she listens to their talk. I don't listen to it. So
okay, maybe you feel she has
whatever has been going on with their marriage or whatever. I can't even make an opinion on it because I don't know. Okay,
very quickly, Tega. Can you be in an open marriage?
Exactly. That was the next question I was going to go to. And as a Nigerian man, there's no chance in hell that I can be in an open marriage. Like for what? Yeah, if I'm going to marry somebody and be in an open marriage at the same time, it's as good as being single. What's the point of getting married and be dicking and messing around with so many people at the same time? I
swear.
Yeah, so
Anita, can you do it? Can you do it, Anita?
I can't. They will feature me on Women Who Kill. You know that show? Like I can't even.
Definitely not. Like Tega said, our values, our culture here. That's not who we are. Here, you're getting married to stick with your partner. If you want to dick around, stay single and do your thing.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people in the coming years, I feel like a lot of people will do it. I see.
Embrace that, yeah. But for now, yeah.
Okay, but fun fact, guys. Should I tell you guys fun fact?
Yeah.
A lot of people are in open marriages without their knowledge.
Yes, because you emotionally now get to depend on somebody else. It doesn't necessarily have to be the physical side of it. There's also the emotional side of it, to me, which weighs more than the physical side, because where you now start telling other people the problems and
issues and stuff,
where you are supposed to come to me and vent, and you now start depending on you.
For a lot of people are in it without their knowledge. But
it's not about without their knowledge. If it's one person that one is cheating, do you understand? It's not.
That's why I called it. That's why I called it.
That one is just cheating. It's not open marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It is one side.
In the Western culture, even they have this whole partnership thing where people are not really married, but they're like, they call it a partnership. They are living together. They even have kids together, but they still see other people. So why go a step further and go into an open marriage when you can just have that one side? Do you understand? Gerard Piqué, yeah. This guy, this Donald Glover guy, he has something. Many of them have that. Why go a step further and enter the marriage path and then still go for the open marriage? Why not just be part? Or maybe they've been married for that long and they don't want to separate or divorce, or maybe another issue could be that a lot of them got married at very early age, when, like, I think someone said it here, when they probably didn't know what it meant. Okay, people are getting married, it's the new trend, I'm of age, I like this girl, I think I can raise a family with her. And then they get into the marriage and they see that, oh boy, it's not the way I'm thinking, she's not all that, or it's not all that. Do you get? But then they already have kids. Then they don't want to leave each other still. Exactly. Personally, I can't judge them. I can't judge Will Smith. I feel like the level they've gotten to now, in as much as it's crazy to the rest of the world, I feel like they have a proper understanding of themselves. They are dealing with it. Yeah, they look okay. They look happy. Yeah. Do you get? So, but different cultures, I don't think our society is going to smile on that. You get? But it was not knowledge that they were in an open marriage. Right? A lot of people. I think my favorite rapper even sang about them. I think J. Cole.
On that note, we come to the end of this week's episode of the Viewing Center podcast. It's been fun discussing with Edmund as usual, Olivia joining us for the first time, and Anita. Thank you. Yeah, and Anita joining us for the extra time segment. Yes, for the second time, and so it's been fun discussing with you guys. Oris.
It's been fun. Actually, I enjoyed myself. It was a nice time, Olivia. So Olivia, thanks for coming and doing this with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me.
What's your Instagram, your Twitter handle, so we can follow you on Instagram?
I'm not actually active on IG, really.
Okay, Twitter
at your fave Olivia, all in capital letters. Yeah.
Okay. Anita.
No.
Yeah, guys, you can follow me on all platforms at Anita is Grace. Anita is Grace. Thank you.
All right, guys. And you can follow the Viewing Center podcast at View Center Pod on Twitter and the Viewing Center on Instagram. And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podfollow, Podchaser. In fact, anywhere you get podcasts, the Viewing Center podcast is available to stream and to download. Until we come your way again next week, do take care of yourself, guys. Cheers.